Hello everyone. Today I want to start with something that I think a lot of people need to hear, and I mean really hear, not just nod it. You are not lazy. You are not unmotivated. You are not weak-willed or undisciplined. If you have been dragging yourself through your days, struggling to maintain habits you genuinely want to keep, falling off routines that should be simple, feeling like everyone else has access to some kind of energy or clarity that you just can't seem to find, the problem is not your character, the problem is your biology. And biology can be changed. What I want to walk you through today is a 10-day reset, not a detox, not a cleanse, not a punishment protocol. A reset meaning a deliberate, science-informed effort to restore balance to the systems that regulate your energy, your gut, your mood, and your motivation. One focused shift per day, compounding into something your body can actually feel. Days 1 and 2 are about water and mineral intake, and I want to be specific about why this matters before you skip past it, thinking you've heard it before. Chronic mild dehydration is one of the most prevalent and consistently overlooked drivers of fatigue, cognitive slowness, and gut motility irregularities. According to research, even a fluid deficit of 1 to 2% of body weight, a level most people experience regularly without noticing, produces measurable reductions in concentration, working memory, and physical endurance. But more relevant to this channel, water is essential for mucosal integrity in the gut lining, for the motility contractions that move food through the digestive tract, and for the solubility of the short-chain fatty acids your gut bacteria produce. A dehydrated gut is a sluggish, more permeable gut. In one study, participants who increased daily water intake by just half a liter showed meaningful improvements in bowel regularity and self-reported energy within days. Start days 1 and 2 by simply drinking water before anything else in the morning, and adding 1 additional glass before each meal. No other changes. Just water. Days 3 and 4 are about food diversity, not food restriction. This is the opposite of what most health content tells you to do, and that's intentional. According to research, the single strongest dietary predictor of microbiome health is the variety of whole plant foods consumed per week. People who eat 30 or more different plant foods weekly show significantly greater microbial diversity than those eating 10 or fewer, and that diversity gap translates directly into differences in inflammatory load, gut barrier integrity, serotonin production, and immune function. You don't need to overhaul your diet, you need to add to it. On days 3 and 4, your only task is to introduce to plant foods you haven't eaten in the past week, a different vegetable, a new legume, a handful of seeds you've been ignoring. Each new food source feeds a slightly different bacterial population. Over days, those populations grow, and the system starts to stabilize. Days 5 and 6 shift the focus to meal timing and the nervous system state in which you eat. I've covered both of these topics before, but within a reset framework they deserve to be placed together because they work synergistically. Eating at consistent times anchors your gut's circadian rhythm, which regulates digestive enzyme secretion, gut motility, and even the feeding cycles of your gut bacteria. Eating in a calm, undistracted state activates the parasympathetic nervous system that makes digestion actually function. According to research, irregular meal timing was associated with significantly more gut symptoms, higher cortisol variability, and lower reported energy and mood stability in young adults, independent of what they were eating. On days 5 and 6, commit to eating your meals within the same 2-hour window each day, and to eating at least one meal fully without a screen or distraction. In one study, sedentary participants who introduced a short daily walk showed measurable changes in microbiome composition within 2 weeks before any dietary changes were made. Movement is a direct input into the gut ecosystem. On days 9 and 10, walk for 20 minutes, outside if possible. After a meal if you can. That's the entire ask. Here is what I want you to notice at the end of these 10 days, not dramatic transformation, but signal. A shift in how your mornings feel. A change in how your gut responds after eating. A subtle but real difference in the quality of your energy in the afternoon. These signals matter because they tell you that the system is responsive. That what felt fixed and broken is actually just imbalanced and balance is recoverable. I hope this gave you something you can actually use. Drop a comment and tell me which day you're starting with. I genuinely want to follow along with you. If this resonated, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs permission to stop blaming themselves. And if you're new to NutriFlow, this is the kind of content we make here every week. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.